Welcome back to another battle report. This is Matt and Will once again.
Hello again.
Once again. Hello again. Once again.
Yeah.
We have a little while ago, about 20 minutes ago, finished the battle report that will be up before this one, which is the Dark Angels versus the Custodes.
Custodes are OP.
Yeah, Custodes are pretty good. I'm going to go and find out just how good they are because we're now running another game where I am borrowing Matt's Custodes.
And I'm playing Blood Angels.
And Matt is playing the Blood Angels. So it's 2,000 points again.
Uh-huh.
We've changed up the board, put a new mat down, kept the same type of terrain, but just moved things around. We've done sort of like a diagonal city ruin kind of thing, which we think looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So that is the board. We'll get to it as we do deployment. But in terms of the cards we drew, we've got Dawn of War. So nice, simple, either side of the long table edge. So that's nice and easy to do. The primary mission, Matt might need to help me with this, is Terraform. So your shooting phase.
Basically, do an action on an objective. From turn 2 onwards, those objectives that you've done that action on are worth more points.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So one or more units from your army, each within range of a different objective marker that's not within your deployment and has not been terraformed. At the end of your opponent's next turn or at the end of the battle, you can terraform an objective and you basically get bonus command points, victory points, as Matt said. So should be fairly straightforward, but just something we need to remember to do.
Yeah, I believe we can both terraform the same objective as well.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. No, you can't. So
because if I terraform it, I don't think Will gets the extra points.
No. I think it's only when you do it.
Yeah.
And our mission rule is hidden supplies, which is place the objective marker. You basically get an extra objective marker.
So that's why we've got 6 for the eagle-eyed of you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So 6 rather than 5. That essentially is the extra one.
Yeah. So this was the centre when it moved towards my table quarter, and then we placed the other one.
So lots of objectives, some bonus points for terraforming objectives, and a fairly nice, easy Dawn of War deployment. So it should be quite a fun, frantic match.
Certainly going to be bloody.
Yes, it is certainly going to be bloody. So we will be back in a sec and go through both the armies. As I said, Matt is bringing the Blood Angels. I'm trying out the Custodes. So, I mean, I hear they're really weak. So I'm expecting to lose this massively.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in a sec and we'll go through what we're bringing. Here is Matt's Blood Angels.
2,000 points exactly.
2,000 points on the nose, which is great.
Liberator Assault Group.
Liberator Assault Group.
Which means I get +1 attacks and +2 strength when I charge.
Nice, very good. So you are going to want to be charging as much as possible.
Indeed.
And what are you bringing with you today?
So we'll start with the Warlord. That is the captain with jump pack right in the centre.
Nice.
He's actually got the plasma pistol because he's not allowed an inferno pistol, but he's got a plasma pistol and a relic weapon.
Nice.
And he has the speed of the Primarch enhancement, so once per game he can fight first.
Yep, cool.
We've got Astorath on the far side.
Over there, lovely new model.
No longer Grim, just Astorath.
Is he actually not Astorath the Grim anymore?
Just Astorath.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nope. Next to him is a librarian with Phobos armor.
Yep.
He's got the gift of foresight. So once per battle round, just after making a hit, wound, or saving throw for the bearer, I can treat it as a 6 instead.
Nice.
It's fine, but he's never going to use it.
No. Is it only for him, not for his unit?
Yeah.
I was going to say that would be good for. Yeah. Okay.
Judicia is next.
Yep.
He has Rage Fueled Warrior, which for some reason went up to 35 points in the latest balance
it's the bonus attacks, isn't it?
It makes him sustained hits 3 once per battle.
Yes.
Which I figured on the Judicia is probably quite nice.
Yeah, that's very good.
And then finally we've got Lamatis in the character slots.
Good old Lamatis.
Yeah.
Love it.
We've got 6-man Blade Guard veteran squad.
Yep.
They will be joining the Judicia, funnily enough.
Funny enough, that's a staple.
Yeah. 2 Death Company Dreadnoughts.
Oh, yes.
Both with multi-melters, Iron Hail, Heavy Stubbers, and Blood Talons, because they're just better than the claws.
Scary stuff, yep.
Or the fists, rather. 2 squads of Death Company Jump Pack Marines.
Yep.
They've got a bajillion different special weapons.
Yeah.
There's Eviscerators, Power Fists, Plasma Pistols, Inferno Pistols, Power Weapons, all sorts of things.
Yep.
We'll go through them, obviously, as and when we start fighting, but
Yep.
there's lots of different special stuff. There's an Eliminator squad hiding at the back.
Yep.
They have the 2 bolt sniper rifles, and the sergeant has the Instigator bolt carbine, just for the potential of move, shoot, move.
Instigating some shenanigans.
Indeed. In front of them, you've got 6 Sanguinary Guard.
Nice.
5 with swords and Angelus bolt guns. 1 with a flag, a spear, and an Inferno pistol.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. And then 2 scout squads.
2
exactly
scout
the same. Chainsword on the sergeant. shotgun, heavy bolter, and 2 close combat weapons.
And,
or 2 combat knives, rather.
Unlike me, Matt will probably remember to do uppy-downy shenanigans with them.
I don't normally.
No, you do normally forget that. But yeah, so that is 2,000 points on the nose of Blood Angels. Yep. And as said, Matt has kindly let me borrow his Custodes. So in just a sec, we will look at them and see what I'm bringing to beat Matt's own models with his own models. And going up against the Blood Angels is the Adeptus Custodes. This is 1,980 points, and it's using the brand new detachment that came with the latest data slate, which is the Lions of the Emperor.
Yes, so as soon as it popped up on Wednesday, like 10 minutes after it popped up, Will messaged me and said, I really want to play this new detachment.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your Custodes?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sure.
Because we knew we were playing this, and I was like, maybe Matt will want to run the new detachment. I was like, I want it. Because it looks really cool.
I do want to run it at some stage.
Yeah, it does seem fun.
I really wanted to try it. I've wanted to try Auric Champions for ages.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did in the last battle report, not the Lions, but I will be running it in the future.
Yeah, it seems good fun. Essentially, you can get +1 to hit and +1 to wound if your units are, I think it's 6 inches away from other units. So it basically incentivizes you spreading out and kind of covering the board and just not bunching up.
In previous editions, I always ran Admoni Mortis because I always ran Dread Host.
Yes.
And so to have it back is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's so much better than it used to be.
A lot of the stratagems and enhancements are basically just brought from older editions codexes, which is really cool to see.
Presidius used to be a shield.
Yes, exactly.
It was better. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll get into the list. So it's being led by Trajan, who is the awesome AOS model converted, which looks fantastic. We've got a shield captain with a shield and a pyrite spear. He is not my warlord, but he has got one of my enhancements. He's got Admoni Mortis, which is the one that gives me
+3 strength, +1 AP, and damage on melee weapons.
Yes, so he's a bit of a beast.
So he's strength 10, AP 3, damage 3 with his spear.
Which is pretty nice. We've got a shield captain in Alaris Terminator armor, who has got the superior creation, which is basically can return on a 2+ when he's destroyed. And he comes back with full wounds, which is great on an Alaris. He's going to be a menace for
really
Matt to deal with. And then what I think is possibly my favourite is the captain on the jet bike, who's got Presidius, yes. And that gives him stealth, which is nice in itself, but also lone operative. Yeah. Which means he can basically fly around and just be basically invulnerable to any shooting unless he gets close. So he is going to be really handy. He's obviously going to be flying around by himself. In terms of what we've got in the actual list, unit-wise, I've got 4 guards, 4 custodian guards squad. They're probably going to have the captain with them, I think. Then we've got 5 wardens with all axes and a vexilla. All of these guys have got the spear. There's no sword and shield with them. So we've got the 5 wardens. We've then got a 4-man unit of Alaris Terminators. 3 of them have got axes and one of them has got a spear. That's just because of what...
Is that by any chance because you want to unleash the lions?
That may be because they are going to split into a
4 units of what?
A rather 5.
5 units of what?
Yeah.
The captain, Ooh.
And then all use from Golden Light and jump back up on the board.
Oh damn!
And get into 5 different table quarters.
Oh, how does that work? There's only 4 quarters.
And the centre. 4 quarters in the centre. That's a very... I saw that and I was like, I am using that.
Yeah, I like it.
Sagittarium, who I think will be really good in this detachment because they're going to be sat back potentially by themselves, getting essentially +1 to wound, which is nice. 3 Virtus Praetors with the spears, and then 3... And salvo launchers, yes, they've all got salvo launchers. Although I was having a look on this, people were saying the bolters are actually fairly good with +1 to wound because they're 2 damage.
Yeah, makes sense.
Actually, but they've all got Virtus salvo launchers. And then the Velatari, who are going to be up in the sky and deep strike in just to help add even more board control for me. So it's going to be a fun, nice little list. It's, as I said, 1,980. I'm interested to see how it plays. I mean, I'm not an expert with Custodes, so I probably won't play it to its full potential.
Neither am I.
But it should be good fun to use. So that is my list. And we've seen the Blood Angels. We will get everything set up, deployed, and come back when we are ready to get this show on the road. So we'll be back in just a sec with the deployments and show you where everything is. That is the deployment all done and dusted. Just before we start the game, my Custodes are lined up on... You may notice if you watch our battle reports, just to go on a quick tangent before we even start the game, I'm always on this side. That's because it's easier to film.
Yeah.
And we just naturally, Matt always seems to go over on that side and I'm over here. So we'll swap it up one day.
Maybe.
Do you want to run through what you deploy first and then I'll go through the custodians?
Sure. So I've got scouts on either flank.
Yep.
Mostly to stop your teleporting shenanigans.
Yep. Makes sense.
And because I can uppy downy.
Yes.
I've got a dreadnought on either flank.
Yep.
As well, because they're scary.
Yes, they are.
In theory, they're
Yep.
actually rubbish. They never do anything, but they're kind of scary.
They could be scary.
Yeah. Captain and Sanguinary Guard on my left.
Yep.
Currently in the building, but then we'll see what happens with them. Blade Guard and Judiciary in the centre, see which is the best direction, and they're the slowest unit, so that's why they needed to be in the middle.
Yep.
With the Eliminators just in front of them.
Yep.
Lamarties' squad of Death Company.
Yep.
Astrath's squad of Death Company, and then the second Dreadnought. Nothing's in Deep Strike.
No, all on the board for Matt, which is great.
And not everything all out right in front in the open.
No.
So hopefully, your limited shooting
won't do much.
We'll have a little bit of cover saves at the very least.
Yes, indeed. Wait, don't I get army-wide ignores cover?
No.
Damn.
Sorry.
On the Custodes front, we've got Trajan and his Wardens here. It was mainly because Matt put down the captain there, and I thought that's a cool matchup to do there. The Sagittarium are in the building, ready to basically get a central. They've got a good long range, so they should be able to get a sight on anything that tries to move up into the midfield. Behind them, the Guard squad with the Shield Captain is ready to move up and get into the centre and start fighting over that.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were there.
On this flank,
are the Sagittarium on your objective as well?
Yes, they are. They are both. They are both on the objective. The Alaris Terminators, the 5-man squad with the captain, are there. I kind of wasn't too fussed about where they are because they're probably going to uppy downy fairly early in the game and then just split off and go wherever. And then the bikers here, ready to try and shoot up and do some salvo into the Dreadnought to try and take that out and then charge into some of the Death Company. The captain on bike there is completely out in the open, perilously not giving a single, monkeys about anything because he is a lone operative, which is very nice. And then in reserve, in Deep Strike, I've got my Venatari. That's the word.
That's the one.
Venatari Custodes ready to jump in. They can rapid ingress for 0 CP, as I found out in the game just earlier.
They can,
So that could be useful. But they'll be dropping in. So that is the deployment. All there is to do now is roll to see who is forced to go first.
2.
Matt rolled a 2. And I rolled a 6. So I'm forced to go first. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it is what it is. So we'll be going into Custodes turn 1. And I will show you where we end up in the movement phase. Turn 1 for the Custodes. I nearly said Dark Angels there. Turn 1 for the Custodes is, command and movement phase are done. Everything basically just moved up a little bit. I'm a bit worried about the charges from the Blood Angels, so I didn't want to get them into a position where they can make an easy turn 1 charge if possible. So everything just shuffled up a little bit to get in range of some shooting. I've tried to keep stuff 6 inches apart from each other as much as possible, but the captain there only rolled a 2 for his advance. I did unleash the lions and split them up. So the Sagittarium and the jet bikes are alone, but that squad there unfortunately isn't. I don't think. But everything else just moved up to get in range of stuff. These guys are going to jump up in the end of Matt's turn with unleash with from Golden Light, and then I'm just going to open up with some shooting. I think in the shooting phase to try and pop off a few models.
Worth mentioning, you had to advance the captain out of the way because he doesn't have the Golden Light rule.
Yes. I'll just die here. Their special rule is at the end of the opponent's turn, once per game, they can jump up and be put into Deep Strike essentially or reserves. The captain doesn't have that. So he is going to have to just run off. That's why I've put him a bit behind the building to potentially avoid some shooting. But he comes back when he dies anyway. Well, potentially on a 2+. So there's going to be a bit of shooting unleashed into the enemy. Some of it a +1 to wound, but not all of it. So we'll see what happens. There's probably going to be no charge.
It's not reroll wounds.
No, it's
it's +1, yeah.
There's going to be no charges to make. So I'll probably just combine the shooting all the way to the end of the turn. So did I?
You did not.
I did not talk about what I got in my command phase.
You did not.
So we've got extend battle lines, which is control 1 or more objective markers within your deployment zone and 1 or more in no man's land.
Which you're not doing.
Which I'm not doing, which I completely forgot was an objective of mine. But equally, if I did that one potentially.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get some shooting on the jet bike. If
That's
I'd
fair.
gone into any of the others, I probably would have been charged by Matt. And I also got Bring It Down, which is destroy a monster or a vehicle, which is probably not going to happen this turn, but it could in theory. These bikes are fairly scary now. So yeah, let's go into the movement phase and see what I can do. Turn 1 for the Custodes is complete. I did the shooting phase, and I'm just going to combine the charge combat because there is nothing. So we started over on this side here. The Custodian Wardens and Trajan shot into the Sanguinary Guard. Didn't kill any, unfortunately, but did a couple of wounds. And then the biker, very stupidly, I shot into the Dreadnought, forgetting that it can do a reactive move when it's hit. So I hit it, and then it moved forward. So that's a bit of a pain for me. But that was my own stupidity. I should have shot into the Sanguinary Guard. I just didn't think that through. So that's going to be a problem for me. But on the plus side, I then shot with these Virtus Praetors into the other Death Company Dreadnought. And because I was +1 to wound, managed to get all 3 wounds through. Oh, I think 2 of them went through actually, but then I rolled double 6 on the damage. So it was 14 damage in total. And Matt rolled 2 Feel No Pain. So 12 damage got through, which is the number of wounds it's got. So it did manage to kill it. So that was very nice. Apart from that, it was just a bit of light incidental fire. The Custodian Guard over there did their shoot twice because I wanted to kill a few of the scouts to stop their shenanigans, but only managed to kill 2. And then the Sagittarium fired down into Lemates and his Death Company, killed 1, and then another one was put down to a wound as well from the other fire. So not a huge amount in terms of models destroyed, but did kill a Death Company Dreadnought, which is very handy for me. That definitely makes things a bit easier on that flank. But I am rather worried about this flank over here. So we'll see what Matt does as we go into his turn 1. What he draws, in terms of objectives, said I've got extend battle lines and bring it down. I am going to score bring it down because I destroyed an enemy monster. So that'll get me a couple of victory points, which Matt will add in just a sec. And we will head into Custodes turn 1. We are in Custodes turn 1.
Blood Angels.
Oh, yeah. So used to
I
saying...
know I played Custodes last time.
We are in Blood Angels turn 1. Matt has been, as you'd expect from a Blood Angel, fairly aggressive.
Yep.
So what's moved?
I drew recover assets.
Yep.
And sabotage.
Sabotage.
For my 2 objectives. Neither of which I can feasibly do this turn.
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm going to slightly change my movement.
Yep.
To... I can't get out of my deployment zone. Can get out of my deployment zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so the scouts are just moving forward over here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that's my movement phase.
Cool.
So basically, everything went forwards.
Yes.
With the exception of the Sanguinary Guard have stayed behind as a counterpunch unit.
Yep.
As have the Blade Guard.
Yep.
And this scout squad on the right-hand side to get the recover assets thing.
Makes sense.
And the scouts in the middle are now in no man's land, so they can do it too.
Yep.
Recover assets, not, obviously. Sorry, other way around.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the 2 Death Company squads just move forwards.
Yep.
Easy charges. Lemates' unit, nope. Astaras' unit advanced, but
mighty
played
one.
the advance and charge.
Yes.
Yeah, and then rolled one. Lemates has got a well easy charge in there.
Yep.
I've Oath of Momented the shield captain on his own.
Yep.
Because my snipers can see him.
Yep.
And my Death Company Dreadnought move forwards.
Yep.
To punch that dude in the face.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is it. We'll go into the shooting phase and then we'll jump into the charge phase once we've done that.
Yes.
A largely uneventful shooting phase, to be honest.
Pretty rubbish, actually, to be honest.
The Dreadnought shot into the Wardens and just did 1 wound from the multi-melter and the Icarus.
Yeah.
The
scouts are both doing recovering assets.
Doing actions. The snipers shot into the captain and did 1 wound.
And it wasn't even the snipers that did it.
No,
it was the librarian psychic thing.
Then these guys shot and actually killed a guard.
They did. I was surprised by that.
Which was very nice. They couldn't shoot because they advanced. So we've got a few charges to make. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the Dreadnought.
Start with the Dreadnought.
Dreadnought into your boss man.
Yep.
It's like a 5, I think. That's a 7.
There's a 7. That'll be in.
Lemates' squad into the Custodian Guard in the middle. It's the base that's heavy. That's an 8.
That'll be
in. I'll move him and then everybody else in a second. And then Astarath's squad. That's a 7.
That'll be in.
Yeah,
Yep.
well then.
Yeah. Nice. So 3 charges. I have got no interrupts.
Excellent. So we'll move everybody and then
We'll
get
move
on to
everyone and do some combats, and we'll see what's alive at the end of it. So back in a bit. So that is the end of battle round 1. Custodies are rubbish. I'm conceding.
Are you really?
No. I don't know what I was thinking though. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
So the Dreadnought charged in.
Yes.
I passed no saves, and I think you did all of your wounds. Yeah. I rolled. I had my 4 up in vuns, and I think I rolled.
Yeah, I think I did 5 wounds through.
5 wounds. I got rolled 3 3s and 2 2s.
Also 15 damage then.
Yeah, so 15 damage. So he died.
Yeah.
Which was great. The Death Company with the Martis charged into the guard squad and wiped them out.
Yes. In return, though,
I did kill.
you did
4.
cut mine in half.
Yes. Yeah.
You
So I used
killed 1 in shooting, and then you killed another 5. So that's pretty good.
I used the stratagem. Can't remember what it's called now, but to fight on death. 4 plus fight on death, and then a 2 plus on the character. Yeah. So I rolled.
You got 1 of each, didn't you? You got one.
The character got it off, and 1 of the guard did. And then Astrath and his squad charged into the bikers and literally didn't even need to finish his attacks.
And Astrath didn't attack.
Astrath didn't attack.
Nor did the Power Fists.
Nor did the Power Fists. They just, I don't think I made a single thought.
You made a couple.
I made a couple.
Yeah.
So they just got utterly obliterated. So that's good.
If it makes you feel any better,
it doesn't.
You're winning.
Yeah, I know, but that was very, very unpleasant. And it was 2 stupid plays. First was shooting the Dreadnought with Captain, which I should not have done, and I completely forgot you had a reactive move, because that would have potentially stopped that charge. And the second was, I was within 24 inches of the Dreadnought anyway.
Yeah, but then you decided...
And then I moved up.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure why. Because I'm an idiot. Anyway, what are the scores at the end of battle round 1?
12-10.
12-10.
To you.
Cool. And we are about to go into... Oh, did you...
Nope, because both of them are at the end of your turn.
Okay, so then in my turn, okay, perfect. So we're about to go into battle round 2, and Custodes turn 2. So I've got some Venatari to come on. Actually, I probably said I was going to put 2 of them up, but I was going to keep 2 down to go after them. So I'll do that.
At the end of my turn.
So that will happen, and then I will see what I can do in terms of retaliating into the Blood Angels. So we're back in a sec, and I'll show you the Custodes turn 2 movement. The Custodes have entered their turn 2.
They have.
I did get... I kept Extend Battle Lines from last turn. I drew Cleanse, which I can't get this turn realistically without sacrificing a lot of other stuff. So I'm just going to save that for a later turn when some of my other stuff comes in. The 2...
Can I just ask an important question?
Yeah.
How far apart do your units have to stay?
6 inches.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Which takes a lot more thinking and working than you may think. So the 2, in terms of movement, Trajan and his squad moved up there to get some shooting into the Sanguinary Guard, but also to charge the Dreadnought.
Shoot the Sanguinary? That's rude.
I know, right? The Sagittarium stayed where they are. The Terminator Captain moved up to do some shooting, as did these guys, but they moved and then had to move to stay away from 6 inches, which is annoying. But no, it's not annoying. It's just I'm stupid.
It is annoying.
And then the 2 Terminators that were from Golden Lighted did come down. I managed to get 1 there to pop some shots into the Astrath squad there. The other one had to come down here. I was going to put him up there to shoot with the scouts, but then it would impact their shooting, which maybe not the end of the world, but I didn't want to. And he actually could serve a purpose for going up to grab that one in a later turn, assuming he's still alive, which he might be. And the Venatari didn't come on yet. So they can rapidly ingress in Matt's turn. So I thought they'd do it for free. So I thought I'd wait until his movement was done to see what was still about. So we're going to go into my shooting phase and light up some firepower into the enemy.
Maybe. See
what is still alive. And yeah, probably. Based on the game so far.
Sorry,
most things.
I'm really... okay. I'm a little bit cockier today.
Yeah,
I have
fair. So we're back in a sec and I'll show you what has been shot. The Custodes turn to shooting phase has made me feel a bit better about myself, because that was actually not bad, was it?
No, it was really, really good.
So Trajan and his squad fired into the Sanguinary Guard and didn't do anything. I don't think I did a single wound, but that's fine. I definitely didn't want to shoot into the Dreadnought.
Why not?
Just didn't feel like it. He shot into... So this
Lamates is-
Alarus Terminator shot into Lamates.
Yeah.
And as you can see, he
As
didn't
did
do
the
he didn't do
Sagittarium.
all that by himself. But the Sagittarium also shot in
Yeah.
and killed all of the Death Company and put Lamates down to 3 wounds left. Then all of the Alarus Terminators, which were remaining on the board, fired into Astaroth and his squad. Did a fair bit, killed off 5 of them from their shooting, which is fairly good.
That's brutal, yeah.
Yeah, so got a couple of charges to make. The Alarus captain is going to go in there, as is Trajan and his squad going to go in there. I should, aside from any shenanigans coming up, get to fight with both of them first, I think, because Matt's...
I've got 1 command point.
Yeah, and he can only interrupt for 1 less on the captain who's there. It's not on Astrath, I assume.
Ooh.
So I'm probably going to make those 2 charges, and then we will see what is in and what damage I can do.
Indeed.
So I made a couple of charges in. We are in turn 2 of the Custodes, and my turn's just finished. So the Wardens with Trajan charged into the Dreadnought and did kill it. I used lethal hits. Didn't explode, but just managed to kill it. No one charged into Lamates, of course.
Cowards.
But couple of the Terminators tried to charge into Astaroth. Only the captain made it. And I did precision because I thought, you know what, I'll try and kill Astaroth, at least get rid of him. I got 5 wounds through with his axe, 3 damage. And
only 1 went through in the
only
end.
1 went through in the
and
end.
I got 2 Fiona Pains.
And 2 Fiona Pains.
So, he did 1
so I
damage
did
to
1
Astrath.
damage to Astrath from the shield captain, who then got punched in the face by all of the Death Company.
And eviscerated.
And
then
eviscerated,
Astrath
and then Astrath cut his head off. But I did pass my 2-up roll for the enhancement, so he has
back on again.
stood back up, just about to get charged and killed all over again. Worst time to have that go off. So that's that. I did get extend battle lines though for claiming that objective from the Dreadnought.
And at the end of your turn, I recovered assets.
You did?
2 units for 3 points.
You did indeed.
With my scouts. And it's the end of your turn.
Yes. Yep.
So my scouts are going into reserve.
Nice.
Both squads, I should.
Yes. Yeah. So both squads are in reserve. I obviously want my Venatari to come in potentially at the end of Matt's turn, end of Matt's movement phase.
Yep.
But we are going into Blood Angels turn 2. So we're back in a sec and we'll see what Matt has moved and what objectives he's got. So we are in Blood Angels. I played Dark. Yeah, Blood Angels turn 2.
Yeah.
Matt has grabbed his objectives.
I have. I've got Defend Stronghold and Containment.
Okay.
So I need to be within 9 inches of table edges, not in my deployment zone.
Well, that's going to be difficult. How are you going to manage that?
No idea. I mean, not a clue. And Defend Stronghold is basically my objective. I need to keep safe. This one here.
Down there.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, starting on my left.
Yep.
So, my scouts have jumped in at the back.
Yep.
So, they're in range of 2 edges, so I can choose which one I want to do.
Yep.
Sanguinary Guard have moved forwards 12 inches.
Yep.
To get into Trajan and the Wardens.
Yep.
Blade Guard have advanced, and I've played the advance and charge stratagem on them.
Yep.
So that's a 6-inch charge into the Wardens as well if I wanted to.
Oh, I suppose there's one, aren't they?
Yeah, because they were 18 inches away and I rolled a 6 for my advance. The Eliminators, the Librarians just dropped down to jump onto my objective.
Yep.
So I'm holding that now as well. Lamates has jumped forwards.
Yep.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
To probably go after one of the Terminators. The Astrath's unit jumped over the captain.
Yep.
So I can easily charge both of them if I wanted to.
Yep.
And the scouts on that side are also containing 2 edges, so I can choose which one I want to do for that.
Yep. The only other thing was my Venatari dropped down using rapid ingress. So next turn I'm going to go after the scouts. And that's it. We are going into some shooting and then some charges.
Yes.
So this is just about to go into the fight phase for the Blood Angels. We combined the shooting and the charge phase because the shooting did a grand total of 1 wound to a Warden. But in charging, the captain and his Sanguinary Guard got in.
Yep.
The Blade Guard got in. Lamates got in.
Everybody did.
And so did Astrath. So there's a few combats coming. So we will get those done and then we will show you what is still alive at the end of it. Right, that
or
is...
both, I mean.
Or both, yeah. That is Blood Angels turn 2. And I think it might actually be time to call the game. So that was the end of the turn. Blood Angels charged in.
Yeah.
Everything for
Sanguinary
me.
Guard, Blade Guard. Oh, I think we covered
Lamates, yeah.
Lamates and the Astrath unit.
So I popped the 4-up Feel No Pain
Yep.
on the Wardens.
I did lance and lethal hits to battle shock my Sanguinary Guard.
Yep.
And the sustained hits 3 on my Justiciar as well.
Yep, and that killed all of the Wardens and did however many
Start with
wounds.
6.
Started with, yeah. So took him down to 3 wounds left.
Yep.
Lamarty's charged in,
Clobbed
solo
that guy
killed
on the head.
an Alaris Terminator.
Yep.
And then the other Death Company with
Mhm.
Astarath killed the Terminator and put the Shield Captain back down to 1 wound.
Captain killed 2 in return.
And Captain killed 2 in return.
Yep.
Trajan did kill 4 Blade Guard
Yeah.
when he swung back.
Yeah.
And that was all of the combats, I
Mhm.
think.
Yep.
So where are we in terms of what you scored?
Okay, so containment,
Yep.
2 edges with the scouts.
Yes.
That's all I scored for that. Because defend stronghold is the end of your turn.
Yep.
So currently, also points I was controlling at the start of the turn.
Yes.
Was that
That
one
one
and
is-
this one?
yep.
Which I forgot completely about. So 2 objective markers, neither of which are terraformed. Fine. And Lamarty's was on there.
The Marty's was on that one, yes.
So
True.
3.
Yep.
21-31.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm going into turn 3.
Going into turn 3.
It's
So
your
we're plus
call.
turn 3. I'll see what I can do, but I think it was just stupid plays there and there started the game off badly. And then just Blood Angels are incredibly fast. And
On the charge, they're good. They're
Yes,
not good
but
if you charge me.
no, but you can get some very reliable rerolls to charge and
Yeah.
advance and charge,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
does help a lot. So we'll go into Custodes Battle Round 3, turn 3,
Yep.
and see if I kill
At the
anything.
very least, see what objectives you draw.
Yes,
as
see
well.
what I draw. And then we'll be back when I've done my command and movement phase
Mhm.
to see where we are. I'm just going to try and get a few last minute
Feel
thrills.
better kills.
Yeah, before I call it. So the Venatari moved up. I'm going to shoot into the scouts and then charge them and kill them.
Did I do your primary points? I think I did. Yes, I did.
Trajan can't really do anything.
Yeah.
So he's just going to stay there, and
Get
Matt's
his head chopped
got
off.
fight first on the captain, so he's going to
And
die.
the Judicia.
And the Judicia, yeah, so he's definitely dead. The Terminator there yeeted over the wall. I'm going to shoot into Lamarty's and maybe try and get a charge off. It's a bit of a long bomb, but we'll try. These guys are going to dev wounds and shoot into Astrath because my captain fell back. I used my 1 CP to fall back, and I can still shoot and charge.
Yep.
And then the other Terminator just advanced up to get onto that objective because
Why
makes him feel better.
And I tried to Overwatch for
Yes, Matt overwatched
gigs. Yeah.
and did
Big
nothing.
reveals. Yeah, didn't do anything. And also didn't overcharge my librarian's brain.
No. So I've got 15 dice. So I've got the tray, and I will. This is Dev Wounds from the Sagittarium into Astrath squad.
Are you still outside of 6 of everybody?
No.
Okay.
So hitting on 2s though still.
Yes.
With sustained.
Yes.
There's a couple of 1s, 4 1s,
I see 1-6.
and 1 6 back in there. So okay. Not quite the
And then strength 5 will be 3s to wound.
yes.
And obviously devastating.
So I need 6s for devastating, but 3s to wound. That fell out, but that's fine. So I've got 1 devastating wound.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fails.
Okay.
So 1 dev wound and 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
So 5 at
these
minus
are
1.
Just -1.
Yep.
So 4 up saves for these.
3 go through.
2 past, 3 go through. So
2 damage each.
1, 2, 3, and then 2 devs as well.
And 2 devs as
So
well.
6 up Feel No Pain.
Yep.
May as well roll them all at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing.
8 Feel No Pain, sorry.
Yes, yeah,
3
sorry, yeah,
failed
3
armor
fails in the
saves
2.
and
Yeah,
devs.
yeah.
Ah,
Yay!
none of them. Cool. So all the guys are dead, and Astrath's on 1, 2, 3, 2 wins.
Yes.
Bam, bam, bam.
Well done, guys. At least something happened.
And Astrath's -1 to hit now.
Yay! Great.
Suppression volleys or whatever it's called.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot. That.
Saturation volleys. I think
Yes.
it's
That.
called. Make you feel better?
No, not really. Not really at all. Right, so I'll do a charge. I'll see if he
Do you know how to
charges.
shoot?
Oh, yeah. What have they got? I don't know. What
2
they got.
shots each.
2 shots each.
Sustained 1. Strength 6. -1. 1 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got the tray.
Yep. So this is the Venatari into
This
the scouts.
is the Venatari, yeah, into the scout. So hitting on 2s.
Yep.
With sustained.
Yep.
which is 2 extra.
Excellent.
And these are strength 6, did you say? So winning on 2s because I am 6 inches away from everyone. So that is 6.
6.
I don't know what
minus 1 damage.
Minus 1 damage.
So 5s. Bam. 1 dead. 2 dead.
2 dead.
Yep. Can you take the heavy bolter and the shotgun, please?
I can indeed.
Thank you.
There you go.
Very kind.
I'm just going to pick up my dice. So sorry if the camera goes a bit funny. There's your dice. And then I will roll a charge on my Alarus.
Does he not want to shoot?
Yes, he does.
I feel like this game's sort of gone a little bit silly now.
He didn't wound.
Okay. He's got a grenade launcher.
He does have a grenade launcher.
D6 shots.
For 3 shots.
Okay. It's on 2s.
3
Twos on
hits. 2 wounds.
Minus 1. 1 goes through. Unless Lamarty says a 2-up save, which I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
He does not. He does have feel no pain. So 1 goes through.
Yep.
Feel no pain. 6 up. Yay!
That's how this game has gone.
It is a little bit, to be fair.
I think I'm probably... You're right. Like, there's no point. I don't think I can win points-wise.
Well, I don't know. You say that. It's currently 25-31. You're only 6 points behind.
Yeah, but we're in 10-3.
We are. Yes.
And realistically...
Storm Hostile, you're not going to get cleansed. Yeah, you're not going to get that either.
I'm not going to get that. And you are going to be controlling that.
2 objectives. So you want 2 objectives?
Yeah, maybe.
It's entirely up to you.
That squad there is going to just run rampant, literally, across the board afterwards.
Yeah.
And there's not really much I can do.
No.
Realistically.
No, probably not.
But I'll roll the charges, and we'll do the end of this turn and see where we are, see where I am points wise.
Sure.
But I think probably after this battle round anyway, we'll call it.
Oh dear.
I just rolled my charge on the Alarus Terminator.
He gets a free strat. Or he gets a -1 CP strat.
Well, he's not the captain.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said roll for the captain. I beg your pardon.
No.
Sorry, I misheard you.
Captain.
Yeah.
He rolls 4, which does get him in.
I saw
That was a roll of a 3 and a 1. Let's see what these guys get.
They're bound to be in 100%. Oh, I saw the 1 again.
They're in. That's the only charges I've got. So that Alarus failed.
And I don't have anybody that can heroically intervene or anything.
No. So we'll roll those fights up. Obviously, I'll come back and Trajan will probably be dead there. But
yes.
I just wanted to show you that double 1, which is the state of how the game has gone so far. So that's the end of Custodes 10-3. Did you score that?
Yeah, because it's the end of your turn.
What did you score? What was it?
Defend the stronghold.
Oh, yes, of course. So I did not storm a hostile objective.
No.
I did not cleanse anything.
No.
Although I could next turn, but if there is a next turn. So Trajan died. Matt had fights first on the Judicia and on
I could have chosen
either.
As well.
Yep. But he didn't. He just did it on the Judicia. And the Judicia killed Trajan.
Yep.
The Venatari did kill the scouts, as you might expect.
Yeah.
And the shield captain over here did finally kill Astaroth. So he is dead.
Yes.
So I didn't get any secondary points that.
And I scored 3 for defending my
And Matt scored 3 for defending Stronghold.
So going into my turn,
yep,
because I went second, it's 25-34.
So Matt's ahead by 9 going into his turn, and he's going to...
So command phase,
You've got
one and mine,
and yours.
2 objectives. I don't have any... Oh, I've got battle shock to do on them.
Yep.
Just in case. They're fine with 8. That's all of that. So even before I draw my 2 cards, it's 25-42.
Yep.
I've just drawn Secure No Man's Land and Establish Locus.
Which, well, Secure No Man's Land you can do.
Yep.
I don't know what Establish Locus is, but...
So Establish Locus is in your deployment zone or 6 inches of the centre. I can choose to establish a locus.
Yep.
And at the end, it's an action. At the end of my turn, I get 2 or 4 victory points depending on where it is.
Okay, so you could do that one.
So it's a guaranteed 4 victory points.
Guaranteed 4 victory points from the scouts.
Securing No Man's Land, I'll have my home objective plus 1 of these 2.
Yep.
So I've definitely got 2 points for that. Yeah, so that's another 6 points by the end of my turn.
I think by the end of Matt's turn, he's going to be, 15, if not more, points ahead.
So if we put 6 points into that, that's then going to make it 25-48.
Yeah. And then, realistically, I'm going to struggle to get much, even if I draw good secondaries. With one of, yes, I've got 3 Terminators left, but they're relatively slow. None of them can use from Golden Light anymore because all the ones that are here have used it.
I didn't know about that.
I've got the Venatari, but wherever they want to go here, they've got to face either some Blade Guard or the Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah.
So they're probably not going to last that long.
Yeah.
And Matt's still got that objective there with the Librarian and the Snipers. And they might not kill much, but they're just going to keep...
about to go and kill your captain.
Yeah, Lamartis will kill the captain. The scouts there are going to keep doing their thing.
Yeah.
So I just don't think I can catch up points-wise. So I think it's probably...
Do you want to do the play out the rest
we'll
of
do
the
battle. We'll
finish turn 3.
We'll do the battle round. Matt will do his full turn. We'll just do it in one clip.
Yeah.
And then
realistically, the only fighting that's likely to happen is Lamartis into the captain anyway.
But we'll see where you are points-wise. Yeah. Okay, so we're back in a sec. We'll do a combined turn for Matt and probably call it at the end of battle round 3. So very shortly after we finished the last clip, we are now at the end of Blood Angels turn 3.
Yeah, I could have done more movement of shooting and charges.
Yeah,
but I didn't really seem needing to. I just wanted Lamartis to get some vengeance for him having his squad shot out from under him in turn 2.
Which he did.
Which I did.
Very easily.
So yeah, basically, Sanguinary Guard stayed where they were on this objective in No Man's Land. Blade Guard advanced through into the middle objective in No Man's Land. So that scores me 2 objectives in No Man's Land for 5 victory points on secure No Man's Land.
Yep.
How many times can I say No Man's Land in a very short clip? Lamartis moved up, charged the blade, charged the captain, battered him around the head with
it did. 11 damage or... No.
10.
10 damage,
and the scouts in the far corner established a locus.
Good for them.
4 victory points.
Well done, guys.
So total, at the end of this turn...
End of battle round is...
51 to me, 25 to you.
Yeah, so over double. So there's no way I'm coming back from that with what I've got left.
Was it 2 Terminators, some...
2 Terminators, the Venatari and Sagittarium. I mean, I could kill some stuff because they could shoot down into them and potentially do some damage.
But you can't... Yeah, I don't...
But I can't score...
26 points.
No, exactly. I can kill stuff, but I just can't score points to win this back, even if I did kill...
Yeah.
Even if I killed everything here apart from that squad and just focused on points for the rest of the game. Yeah. Between those two...
Well, you can't target them.
I can't target them anyway. Yeah, so there's no way I can catch up on points, even if I got perfect secondaries. So we'll call that there. It was another fairly overwhelming defeat for me. Well, I think the thing I've learned is that if you want to fight Custodes, you need an army that's very good in melee, and Blood Angels are better in melee than Dark Angels.
Sorry, Custodes obviously aren't.
No.
That was a... Yeah. If you watch the previous game, you will understand why I'm saying that.
Custodes can be... I mean, to be honest, they did really well in this game. In turn 2, I absolutely did a battering on a good chunk of stuff. It's just when you have a shield captain that charges in and does all his attacks into Astrath and does 1 damage, it's a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And as I said right at the beginning, I made 2 incredibly stupid mistakes, which was letting the Dreadnought move up to get a charge to kill my shield captain on the bike, and also moving my bikes to a position where Matt could get an easy charge with Astrath. Again, I don't know why I did that, but I think those 2 mistakes probably cost me the game, because that cost me 2 units of fast-moving, hard-hitting, anti-tank jet bikes, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, the captain... I didn't even register the captain not being moved into the right place, to be honest with you.
But it wasn't that he was not moved into the right place, because he was untargetable, but the fact that I shot at your Dreadnought was stupid. I don't know. I completely forgot that you could move after being targeted, or else I would have just shot into the Sanguinary Guard, and that would have... Well, is it just a flat 6-inch move you can make after
no,
you...
it's D6 plus 2.
Well, what did you roll? Do you remember?
3.
So 5.
And then I've got an 8-inch move.
And so it would have made a harder charge for you. Not saying you wouldn't have got in, but it would have made it essentially a 5-inch harder charge to get in. And then
my phone's going crazy.
Yeah, that's really popular.
First time for everything.
Yeah. And then just making...
What do you mean, yes? You cheeky bastard.
And then just making it so that Astrath could get in here by essentially moving 1 jet bike 4 inches closer than he needed to be.
Yeah. That was
incredibly dumb.
Yeah. I'm not going to say dumb. That was
It
unfortunate.
it was stupid. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. But then, like when the Wardens went in, killed the Dreadnought, they did that fairly easily. Obviously, you rolling the 6 for your advance to get them in
handy,
was incredibly handy. Advance and charge is a great ability to have.
Yes.
Especially, they can't reroll, but the Death Company can.
Jump Pack Death Company can, yes.
Yeah, which is really good for them. It was great for Lamatis and Astrath getting their squads in.
Yeah.
Because I was really cagey in turn 1. Apart from the bikes, I was really cagey because I thought that will at least give me 1 turn where they couldn't get in. But Matt made 3 turn 1 charges.
Your Custodian Guard squad in the middle was quite far forward.
Yeah, but I don't know why I did that. Because all I needed to do was get within 24 inches.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know if I was just being brain fog. Because I was trying to move everything up so that I was literally 24 inches away.
I think you were focusing too much on keeping everything out of 6 inches of each other.
That also was on my mind. Yeah, I was moving everything around again and again and again because of the 6-inch thing. Yeah. And I think that's something you focus on when you have one unit that really wants to kill something. Yes.
I don't think that's something you have to worry about for every unit every turn.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And I think that might be where it went a little bit wrong.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something where if you want a unit to get that +1 to wound, you just make sure nothing's near it.
Yeah.
But trying to make sure everything is separated by 6 inches just makes you misposition stuff. But then obviously, that's a very nasty squad.
It's not very pleasant, yeah.
The Blade Guard, also great with the Judicia. And then the 2 units of Death Company. I mean, I was glad that I killed the Dreadnought at turn 1. That was fun.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, my Dreadnought killing your guy is the first time the Death Company Dreadnoughts have ever done anything.
Yes, they normally just sit there, do nothing.
Absolutely pants.
Yep, agreed.
They get shot, they charge forwards, then they get shot again, and then they die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so that was fairly brutal.
It was indeed, yeah. And quite a big score difference at the end of it.
Yes, but I do love the Custodes. I love playing them. And in my defense, I'm going to say this, although none of you will ever have seen it, but we did record a video a couple of weeks ago, which hasn't gone up because it was recorded really badly. But that, I can't remember what shield. I was using Shield Host, and that was like
it was Shield Host against the
Death Company
one.
Yeah, and that was very different. And I think that's because the Death Company detachment is weaker. I don't know which stronger.
And Shield Host
is very good with the 5
pokey.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fun game. It was just incredibly brutal.
Yeah.
I think, again, I'm going to go into a long old monologue, so apologies if you don't like that. Feel free to click off now. I feel like your Sanguinary Guard, even your Blade Guard veterans, and both your Death Company squads were better than Azrael and the Inner Circle.
100%.
And they're,
100%.
And they're sort of like my premier hard-hitting.
And you had sustained lethal end.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Main reason being, I get an extra attack and +2 strength.
Yes.
On the charge.
Yeah.
And Death Company get 4 rerolls for hits.
Yep.
And 20,000 million attacks.
Yep.
And lethal hits with Lamatis.
Yes.
Devastating wounds with Astrath.
With Astrath, yeah.
Sanguinary Guard, -1 to hit and wound in melee.
Yep.
Didn't come into it because you weren't hitting me. Which is actually, to be fair, the same as your
the same as the
Inner Circle.
Yeah, yes.
But yeah, I don't know if it's just because you got really unlucky with the Inner Circle, or if it's just because they're not as good. I think it's maybe a combination of the two.
I think so. I think the thing that is obviously great about the Blood Angels, less so the Blade Guard, but you are so mobile with the 12-inch move. The fact that you've got an advance and charge strat in this detachment as well,
play on them for free.
You can play on them for free is really good. And like it's great on them, but you also have the reliability on the 2 Death Company units because they reroll charges. Yeah. So even without the advance, you would get a slightly more likely charge. Whereas the Inner Circle are lumbered with a 6-inch move.
Yeah.
No way to advance and charge in that detachment. Yes, you can get +2 to your charge if you charge a unit that the Raven Guard are in. Raven Wing are in, sorry. But that's not quite as reliable because you need to get the Raven Wing in first.
One thing I will say, that detachment for the Custodes, with you being 6 inches away from everybody all the time, the shooting was brutal.
Yes, it's a really good detachment. The rule itself is great. Getting the +1 to wound shooting in melee is very, very good. All of the stratagems are really good.
Yep.
The enhancements are very good.
Pretty much all really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some of the best Custodes shooting I've seen.
Yeah.
When we've played.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's just that +1 to wound.
Yeah, it makes
because a lot of stuff is strength 4. So the fact that you're wounding most of my stuff on 3s now.
Yep, going to wounding Marines on 3s is really, really good. I thought the Sagittarium were gonna be better, I'll be honest with you.
The Sagittarium?
Yeah, I thought with the sustained hits, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s because of strength 5.
Yeah.
But they didn't really do...
They're only -1. But then a lot of your shooting is, to be fair.
I think also that it didn't help that their only target they could really shoot at least in the first couple of turns, was Lamarti's -1 damage and 6 up feel no pain. Lamarti's is very good. And Strath is good too.
Well, he made his points because he killed 2 Terminators on his own.
How many points?
Which was captain?
How many points is it?
Don't know. Can't remember. I'll find out for you. Seeing as you are so nicely.
Yeah.
Lamarti's is 110 points.
I think that's pretty good.
It's cheaper than the captain.
Yes.
Gives his unit lethal hits and -1 damage.
And -1 damage. Yeah, I like Lamarti's. But that is going to be it for that battle report. I won't ramble on again too long.
No, but what we could do, thinking about it, and forgive me, this is your channel and I'm
taking over my channel. Help, guys.
I know, so rude. If people are interested, we could always do a sit down and chat about battle reports.
Yeah.
At some stage, and do that as a video, potentially.
Yeah. No, that would be very fun.
If that's something that you fancy doing.
I'd be well up for doing that.
You know, if people were interested in hearing, maybe we do a watch along or something and talk through why we did what we did.
Yeah, that makes
makes
sense.
Cut all that shit and do what you
I'll cut all that out, guys. Don't worry. No,
it's your channel.
No, that is something that I would quite like to do. So if you guys would like to see that, then do by all means let us know. But that's going to be it for that battle there. As always, let us know any mistakes we made, any rules we missed, or anything else that we could have done differently. I mean, don't move your jet bikes too close to Death Company, and also don't shoot a single salvo launcher into a dreadnought you can't physically kill but can absolutely move if it gets hit, because I'm well aware of that. Like, it was worth doing it on those 3 because I had a chance of killing it, but I physically couldn't even kill the dreadnought, so I literally was just guaranteeing you a free extra move.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I did that, but I'm an idiot. Anyway, apologies. So yeah, let us know any thoughts you had, but we will leave it there for now. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the battle report, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Which, I'm going to go on a bit now.
Okay.
Next one will be some Age of Sigmar Spearhead, which we are recording next week. So the next set of battle reports that go up will be some Spearhead games, so look forward to those. But yeah, I will leave now. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.